Attention, all citizens, all men and women over 14 years of age. Half the world has already faced death and destruction from the skies. Of necessity, the other half must prepare. Learn how to protect your homes and families. Volunteer today for civilian defense.
You'll find local headquarters in every election precinct. Report today. First drills start tomorrow.
You're late, Mr. Ronell.
I'm always late these days. Have they started?
Yes, 15 minutes ago.
These pictures, taken on 16mm film, have just arrived from the laboratory. They were taken to show you captains and committee heads the approximate progress of our program for civilian defense during the past few weeks. I don't suppose we ever thought we'd use our time this way. 18 anti-gas units such as this drill every evening and are now thoroughly efficient in their jobs. You've all been drilling like this. Well, there are 150 units of this type already thoroughly organized. The police are getting used to total darkness this way. Look out, Mullen, the curbstone. The shelter you now see on the screen is one of 15 units installed and equipped by the city, and we think it was money well spent. We'll have a fully equipped and staffed surgery to take care of the injured. I think that now, having seen the result of our work for the past 6 weeks, you district captains will have a better understanding of our efforts to coordinate all branches of the work. And now I want you to meet a man who's been acting as my assistant and technical advisor. He's one of our foremost technical experts on aerial munitions. Will you say a few words, Mr. Ronell?
As some of you may know, I observed French and British home defense under actual war conditions for a year and a half. You people are profiting by the lessons they learned, but under far more favorable conditions.
Why don't we go to try a blackout? It's not generally known by the civilian population, but there'll be a blackout tonight at 8:15. The warning will be the sound of factory whistles and air raid sirens. I believe that's all, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much for coming.
Your office called you, sir, to remind you that you're due in court this morning.
Oh, yes, I'm overdue. Excuse me, see you later.
Yes, certainly.
In order that there may be no confusion in the minds of the jury engendered by Mr. Val's foreign accent, I will sum up her testimony so far. On the night of the murder, she was performing as usual in the Cascades nightclub. You may continue, Mr. Prosecutor.
Go ahead, please, Mr. Val. You say the defendant entered the room and immediately started quarreling with the deceased. What was the nature of the quarrel?
It was about me. He was jealous.
When you say he, just who do you mean?
That gentleman.
Robert Draper. You say he started the quarrel. Continue, please, Mr. Val.
He was insane, Mr. H. I tried to reason with him. But suddenly he drew his revolver and killed Mr. Monte.
She's lying. I swear I never saw that woman before.
Your Honor, I object.
The defendant will kindly refrain from any further outburst. The jury will disregard the defendant's remark.
I'm glad you came, Mr. Ronell. Thanks.
Mr. John Ronell,
Yes.
will the district attorney permit the defense to put a character witness on the stand at this time? Mr. Ronell is extremely busy with civilian defense.
Why, yes, of course, Your Honor. Step down, please, Mr. Val.
I tell you, she's being paid by someone to frame me.
She's been well coached. Her story will be hard to shake.
All right, Mr. Henderson, your witness.
You're Mr. John Ronell.
Yes.
Mr. Ronell, will you tell the court what you know of the reputation of Mr. Draper as a citizen and of his character from your personal association with him?
Gladly. About 4 months ago, when I returned from Europe, Mr. Draper and Mr. Manton, two extremely clever mechanical engineers, brought to my attention a device which I thought would be of great use to the United States Army. It seemed that they had perfected an anti-aircraft range finder of extraordinary accuracy. In the interest of national defense, I was happy to use my influence to bring it before the proper authority. During the preparations for the test, I had occasion to spend much time with these men. I found them both to be sincere and upright citizens. As you probably know, their invention didn't work out as well in practice as it did on paper. The Army rejected it. Both men were attempting to correct the errors and were to bring me a new design when Mr. Manton was reported murdered.
Thank you very much. Your witness.